Justin Bieber and myself, Lillie Coley, have in common? Hi, my name is Dr. Lillie M. Coley, and this is Keeping It Real with Dr. Lil. I am so glad to be with you on again today to talk about what I need to talk about. You know, there's so much going on in the world. Sometimes it's good for us to sit and think about what we have in common as opposed to our differences. Justin Bieber has been a lot in the tabloids and online, blah blah blah, about his disassociations with different relationships. And we know sometimes you do have to distance yourself from people, places, and things. During this time that we're going through all these stuff with these cases, dealing with underage persons being violated, etc., we know that there's an interesting link between him, Justin Bieber, and other persons who are in the news with a lot of problems. We want only the best for Justin. I kind of grew up with Justin. I kind of seen where he started when he started his career and where he is now. And I want us to encourage him. So I want to talk a little bit about why people sometimes got to feel like they got to distance themselves and what are the remedies. For those of you who don't know, I lost my parents when I was 11 years old. I went through a tragedy, everybody. And as a result of that tragedy, I'm looking to give an opportunity to talk about what I've been through. So I won't be in despair about it, but I can share about it. And sometimes in life, sometimes in that journey, in that walk, things get a little mixed up and confused. Nonetheless, I want to talk about what I need to talk about and what I wanted to do. I found two great persons I listen to all the time in terms of certain information, if you will, on topics. And one of these was Morel. Morel, I think I'm saying his name right. Morel. I'm going to get it right. But nonetheless, he does very good content information regarding stories, and he's not long-winded, which was what a lot of us love. And he's over in the UK, and I appreciate him being able to get this out to us so that the time they get it out, it's a different time in the United States. But nonetheless, everybody, let's just look at what he says about Justin Bieber distancing himself from other people, and we'll talk about it on the other side because I want people to know what he's doing is not different. It's not unheard of. Seasons and times come in your lives where you have to sometimes distance yourself from people, cut people off. You got to move on. Sometimes things that might have started out the way it started out, and then you realize what you might have done and didn't do. At the end of the day, anybody that goes and approaches a minor this way, it's never good. So let's just talk about it, everybody. Let me go back. Because I don't think I hit the sound thing, and that's important, everybody. I did. All right, here we go, everybody. We're going to play it and then talk about it.
Content. Let's get straight into this Bieber madness. So yesterday it was reported, guys, and we discussed it here and I reported it here, that Justin Bieber unfollowed his former mentor and close friend Usher on Instagram and Scooter Braun a couple of weeks ago prior to that. Now, of course, that is major big news. Usher is Bieber's mentor. They did everything together. Without Usher, there probably wouldn't be a Bieber. But of course, it is just, all of it is just bizarre. Like something's about to come out, something's happening. I also feel like with this new big plan that is basically been revealed of music that he has, and, you know, he is ready to release a new album and go on tour. He's probably changing his team, but I also feel like this is related to Diddy. Before we get into what he is doing with who he's unfollowing, part of the big plan also is teasing new projects on Instagram. And so,
right. So the point of this is to say the relationship and how I feel in my own life, how I can relate to him and how I feel what we have in common is that when I had lost my parents at a very young age at 11, I was vulnerable to the world. And me and my brothers and sisters could have been released, if you will, from these same types of protective services, even though he wasn't in one, but into an environment or people that wasn't so great. And I think about this a lot, even with Ali Carter and some other young people out there that have been trafficking or had been, violated, the allegations of being violated at a young age. Now, why is Justin Bieber so important? All of them are important, but he's important because I know I followed him. At the time, I had a niece who was younger and she was crazy about him too. And she wanted to go to his concerts. So guess who had to take her to the concerts? Yours truly. Well, guess who had to pay for the tickets? Yours truly. So I had to be on the phone ready to do speed dial because Justin Bieber's tickets used to sell out so quick. My whole point is this, everybody. We have a thing in common where about being released to adults or being in an adult world and not having your parents around and that vulnerability that goes with it. And the whole point of this is to say, at points in your life when things do or could have happened, you need to distance yourself from other people. Everybody knows this. So I don't know why it's a big deal, but I wanted to talk about it because it's nothing, it's okay to be not okay with certain things. So he's not okay with certain stuff because he's come to a point in his life where these things have happened. So let's look at it. Let's listen a little bit more. I just like listening to other people dissect it because I think this is healthy conversation and it gives us an opportunity to learn one another.
Don't know what the hell this is, but one day we'll find out because this is ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just a bit taken aback.
Let's see if we can skip around here a bit.
Skip past the project and plans that he has because I don't know what the hell that was. But he also has unfollowed
This is what I
Alison
want to
Kay,
get.
who is his former manager, guys, from SB Projects. A fourth close connection of Justin that he's recently unfollowed also is Kenny Hamilton, his former bodyguard from 2009-2010. Ryan Good was the singer's former swag coach who has been around since 2009 and was best man at Justin's wedding. And Pooh Bear, a songwriter producer he worked with on Journals, has also been unfollowed. But now fans have spotted how Justin has unfollowed his father-in-law Stephen Baldwin, sparking concerns amongst fans. One person reacted to the news on Reddit when they said it's so he doesn't have to deal with her dad when the divorce happens. Honestly, what if he wants a divorce and doesn't want to deal with Hailey's dad? It seems a bit weird. Someone said he's going on a big unfollowing spree, but it seems a bit weird to add your father-in-law into this conversation as well. To be honest,
I mean, that really is none of nobody's business. I don't know what that's about, but my whole point is this, because I'm not going to be here, as I told you guys before, to talk about a whole lot of gossip. Ain't gonna do it. But I will talk about what I feel is factual and something that's information. Sometimes I got to dig through the stuff to get there. But at the end of the day, the whole point was just trying to help us both understand what's going on. And what's going on is you have a young man who's been through some stuff and has gone through some stuff and now is moving to the other side of the stuff. And as a result of that, he wants to cut ties. And let me just tell everybody from a psychological standpoint, it's okay. I know from stuff that I've been through and stuff I didn't want to go through, particularly the legal case that I've been dealing with. And I'm going to talk about the legal case as much as I want. Is with Ramir Sadaway, this whole case stuff caused me to think about things I didn't want to think about, and it triggered stuff, everybody. So you do need to talk about, and it took me all the way back to my childhood. It really did. And the reason why I think it took me back is because you think about the hands of people you were in. And you're so grateful when you look back now that it could have been some another way. It could me and my brothers and sisters. We could have been all separated in this system because when my parents died, when the tragedy took place in my family, the CPS people wanted to they wanted to take us out of the home. And thankfully, my aunt said, no, they're going to stay right here and we're going to take care of them.